These are UFD's Makita reciprocating saws. You'll hear them called reciprocating saws, recip saws, or sawzalls. They can go by any of the three names, so just know if you hear that, this is what we are talking about. They take the same batteries that all of our other Makita tools do. Currently, this one has an 8 amp hour battery in it. Typically, we want to see the 4 or 5s in this thing just because the 8 amp hours should be reserved for our larger electronic appliances like the chainsaw and the battery fan. Very similar to the impact driver. It's a simple little toggle switch to make it go. This little switch here is just a lock. So with it over there, I can't make it go. With it over here, I can make it work. So that's a nice safety. Make sure it's in the lock position when we're storing it in the truck so it doesn't accidentally get, the trigger doesn't accidentally get depressed and we waste our battery. Right here's a little spinny wheel. It is our power setting. So 1 is our weakest power. 5 is going to be our strongest power. We can go anywhere in between. So if you need different power settings, you can use that. Might as well just leave it on 5 though, because most of what we're cutting is heavy duty. All of our recip saws are labeled right here on the side. RS for reciprocating saw. 26 is the year that we got them, and then this is saw number 03. This little switch here changes it from a typical sawzall, which is just straight blade, straight back and forth, to the oscillation mode, which basically brings your blade up and over and then drags back, and then up and over your cut and drags back. That is for wood. We don't need to use that mode unless we are cutting wood, which is pretty rare with our sawzalls because we have our chainsaws for that. So just try to leave it on the typical reciprocation mode. Yeah, no reason to really touch that. There is a hook if we need to hook this to a ladder or something, or your tool belt or whatever. There's a hook on it. Just be gentle with it. It could very easily break off if you're too aggressive with it. There's a couple features on the end of this thing. This trigger here, see if I can get a picture of it. So what that does is if I loosen that, this is called the shoe, this black piece, and now it can move further out or towards the sawzall, depending on how long your blade is. For us, we're just going to keep it inboard. And then if you press this eject button, it's got the eject symbol on it, you depress it, you can actually pull the shoe all the way out. There's no reason to ever pull the shoe out for us, so please leave it in so we don't lose it. And make sure that is locked back down. And then the next thing, and this will be very hard to do one-handed, but this is our lock for installing blades. So you would push this up, and then you would take your blade, and it's got this little tang on the back where it's got the hole and a little peg coming off the back. You would insert it into the hole on the end, which is back in there. Let me see if I can get it to come out. There it is. So you can see the slot. All you do is hold that little switch up, and you slide the blade into that slot. And then with 2 hands, you would put that blade, that would switch up. This blade will insert in, and you have to drop the switch before you let go of the blade because it automatically ejects. And I will show that in just a second. When we go to switch blades, we want to make sure that this switch is locked so we can't start it, and we should have the battery out of it. I will now show you how to eject the blade out of it. All right, I now have the blade installed, and it's as simple as you lift this up, and it shoots the blade out of the reciprocating saw. So that's why it's important when you go to install the blade that you hold that switch up like so, install the blade, let the switch down, and then you can let go of your blade. That is the Makita reciprocating saw.